Greetings my brother, greetings my sister. So in today's video I'm going to share with you how did I overcome drug addiction. Without visiting any rehabilitation center, I've been doing this for my own. I've been tracking drug substances such as marijuana, coffee syrups such as broccoli, codeine, syrups such as benylin, sauterpene, stewpane, all sorts of cough syrups that you may think of. I've been taking those, including cigarettes. I've been taking these substances for 8 years. But right now I say congratulations to myself, and I'm so proud of myself just because I've managed to quit taking these substances for 2 years right now. So for you to deeply understand my story, I'm going to tell you what led me to this decision. There is a lot I've been doing, some of the things that I regret today. I took some of the decisions that I regret until today. So if you are one of those people who are taking drugs, or if you have never started taking drugs, I encourage you, stay away from these things, just because there is a lot of effects that you may not see during a short period of time. But as time goes by, as you take these substances, you will see. Gratefully, I'm so proud just because today I'm alive to share this story with you. So, for you to deeply understand what really happened, I'm going to tell you my story from the beginning. What actually happened is like this. I've been taking these substances soon after I just started working for myself. So, what actually happened is this. I had a phone shop in town. I operated for 2 years before I started taking these substances. So later, after those 2 years, I started taking broccoli. These cough syrups, they work jointly with smoking. That's when I started smoking as well. I've been taking cigarettes, I've been smoking marijuana at the same time. Until after some years, I became a chain smoker. Like I would smoke marijuana in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. Anytime that I have my free time, I will be smoking. So I couldn't see the effects. I couldn't see anything bad about all those things that I've been doing for that moment. Later on, what actually happened, my business started declining. Like the way I was operating before I started taking these substances, it was now different. I had a lot of friends that we used to take these substances together. So later I realized that it was just a relationship based on what I could provide to them, not a genuine relationship. So this wasn't the whole story, guys. What actually happened is, like, as my business started decreasing, I couldn't notice those things by that moment. So I sold every cell phone that I had in my shop. I couldn't see like I have to go back and increase my stock again. So my business started declining and declining and declining and declining until I no longer had anything. So everything just vanished just like that. And all the money I was using to buy those substances for my friends, for myself, enjoying in form of enjoyment, that wasn't enjoyment, guys. Just because my investment that I have done for 2 years, it's just gone within that was within 3 months, soon after I started taking those drug substances. So secondly, I went back to my parents and then I explained to them, like, no, I'm broke right now, so I need to start over again. So you know, the parents, since they know you, like how good you are, not knowing what you have become, they understood me, and then they said, like, no, we had a plot. So I just came with that proposal, like, no, I could sell a piece of land so that I would use that money to start over my business again. Since you really know, like, our parents, they always love us, they care for us, they allowed me to proceed with my proposal. And then I sold that piece of land. And then guess what happened? Instead of me using that money to start my business again, guess what I did? I was propelled with those friends of mine to change where I was residing. I go into the suburbs. I started renting in those luxurious apartments, which could be costly for me. And for that moment, I could realize that this this could not sustain for a long time, just because I'm not getting anything in return. But I am only the one who is using the money that I have for now without any income which is coming in. So I started renting in that suburb. It was, some of these decisions I would even regret. I'm laughing for now just because I'm so proud, just because I've stopped doing those stupid decisions of mine that I've been doing. So, for your surprise, guys, I couldn't last for 3 months, and the landlord was already knocking on my door. Like, I couldn't pay for that third month for my rent. But I had a large sum of money, which I've been using to buy food for my friends, which I've been using to go clubbing with my friends, which I've been using to buy those substances for everyone who was following me by that moment. When you have money, sometimes you make stupid decisions, especially if you are taking this kind of substances that I'm telling you about. So then, that that lesson was not enough for me. I went back to my parents again after 3 months. Just imagine. Just imagine. And I'm so proud of them, just because the love that they showed me, words alone they are not enough to give thanks for what they've done for me. Okay, let's continue with our story. After that, I went back to them again begging, but I couldn't learn. And then they allowed me to sell another portion again. And then I had the money. Guess what happened when I had the money? These substances, guys, they will make you the worst person. Yes, some of them, they could say like, no, if you don't know how to control them and stuff. No, 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 no. You could be taking this for a short period of time, and then you could know, you would think that you are able to handle them. No, they will have the effects after some time. In the long run, you will see those effects. And some of the decisions that you are making right now, you would think you are correct, you would think you are not wrong. But no, you are making wrong decisions. Just because, imagine, besides what they do to you, like being not responsive enough, inching, and those effects. No, I'm not talking about those regular effects that which these substances they cause to you. No, I'm talking about the impacts, the scars they have left in my life. After that, guess what happened? My parents, they allowed me to sell that another piece of land for me to make a comeback. And to my surprise, what I was thinking before I had the money and what I would do after I got the money, it's two parallel lines. It's too much different. I had another money in my mind first. I started thinking to have a car so that I could cruising with my friends anywhere we want to go so easily. And I fulfilled that. I went to buy a car without knowing I've used almost it was almost If I could say 3/4 of the money, I would be lying. I just left with little money that I had, not knowing that for me to manage this lifestyle that I need to get into, I would need a lot of money. Yet I couldn't invest that money for me to be getting income from my business that I used to do. But I have been taking another liabilities in my life that could require money from me. Yet I'm not getting any income. Imagine. And hopefully I bought that car. And I was just able to manage driving that car for 3 weeks. After those 3 weeks, I wanted to resell that car for me to get another money. And I did that. I went back to those guys that I bought to that castle where I bought the car after 3 weeks. And everyone was shocked. What's really happening? I just told them, no, I have some other things that I need to do. I need to sell this car so that I could get money. I need to do something important. But something that I was calling important, it was for me to have the money to continue sustaining myself to go and buy those drug substances that I have been taking. For me to continue sustaining my friends for the lifestyle that we got ourselves into, which was bad. And after all that money was gone, we finished everything. I couldn't go back to my parents to beg again for another amount of money. I started reflecting on myself just because everyone who was supporting me during my good times have vanished. Everyone who have been squandering the money with me have vanished. I started asking help from them and no one ever got willing to help me. That's when I started reflecting on myself. I started thinking hard. And then that's when I told myself, no, I am the one who started taking these things. So I am the one who could stop, who could say I quit taking drug substances. Yes, I could say I was addicted just because at first it was hard for me to sleep. It was very hard for me to sleep. I couldn't sleep the whole night. I would spend the whole night awake just because I couldn't take anything. My brother, my sister, if you really make that decision, if you are one of those people who are taking these drug substances that I have talked about, codeine syrup, marijuana, cigarettes and stuff, there's nothing that you have started which you cannot stop. It's a lie. If that's a very big lie, my brother, my sister, I've told myself like, no, I need to stop smoking marijuana, cigarettes. I need to stop taking these drug substances like cough syrup that I used to take. After I have reflected every decision that I made in those 8 years, everything was disaster. You know, if I tell you another story, it have destroyed all the relationship that I have with my girlfriends. Just because sometimes I would think like, just imagine, when you are high with those things, sometimes I would think like, maybe my girlfriend would send me a message. I would open that message and in my mind I would tell myself, no, I've already responded. Until the next morning when I'm feeling okay now. Then I would check, maybe I would see a lot of missed calls. She have been trying to call me, like, why are you blue ticking me? Why are you not responding my message? That's when I would start realizing, I didn't respond to your message. So most of the girls that I've been dating by that time, or they used to break up with me with the same problem. So I have reflected every decision that I have been making for 8 years, and it was all trash. That's when I told myself, no, these things they are affecting my life. I was someone who had a brighter future, but I am really destroying myself. I need to stop this. It was very hard for me just because I couldn't visit any rehabilitation center just because I didn't have money. But it was just a decision that I make for myself. No, I have to quit. I have to stop. Some of other friends that I used to smoke with, some of the other friends that I used to drink with, they used to offer me like, no, take this. I would tell them boldly, no, I'm no longer doing this. During the first days, they were thinking like, no, this guy is just joking. He would come back around. No, I said, no, I am going to stand by my words. And I am here today telling you my story. I have stopped. I have managed to quit taking cigarettes. I've managed to quit smoking marijuana. I've managed to quit taking drug substances like codeine syrup, bronchili, benylin, steel pain, sota pain, betacol. I've stopped all those things. So I am here today with this testimony to you, my brother, my sister. You might be in that same situation that I have been passing through. You can stop this. So I'm going to tell you now, how did I manage to do this? It wasn't easy just to undo 8 years of lifestyle, but I've done it. So the first thing that I did, I started changing the types of cigarettes that I've been taking. Just because I started smoking Roxbury, that was my favorite. So I changed to smoke Pacific Storm in order for me to so that my system will be confused. I started confusing my system. I started taking different types of cigarettes for me not to be addicted to that same type that I used to smoke every day. I used to take every type of cigarettes so that I would confuse my system. And that really worked. Like every time that I would think, no, I would need syrup, I would take those chewing gums. That's what I used to take each and every time. And that really worked for me. And 2 weeks gone, 3 weeks gone, a month is gone, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, until a year. Now I'm celebrating 2 years anniversary after I've managed to quit smoking. And I'm no longer feeling that addiction. So I am here telling you, my brother, my sister, you can stop taking drugs if you really want to. If you could tell yourself, no, I need to quit these things, you could find different ways to quit. And the other best way that I could tell you, maybe you can go somewhere far where you could meet new friends who are not into that lifestyle. You can even go somewhere far where you could not get those things that you are taking. I'm telling you, you can stop. There's nothing which is impossible on this planet. Everything is possible. If it's not possible for you to stop, how have you ever started? The way you have started is the same way you can stop. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my sister, for having this time with me, sharing with you my story. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my sister. Make sure you subscribe, just because in this platform I always share with you my life experiences that I've passed through. Thank you.